All right, welcome everybody to the shittiest podcast on the internet. Today's topic is fuck everything else we've done previous weeks. I'm not gonna do any sort of recap from the previous week. I'm not gonna open any Pokemon TCG pack. I'm just here with a couple of friends from Jet Set Radio Live, a website, and we're gonna talk about Jet Set Radio. Um, how about how about we start by I don't know, saying who you are politely and one after the other, not at the same time, please.
Alright, so I'm Caps Lock in Jet Set Radio Live. I'm just one loser who just really likes Cube. And yeah, I'm just a loser.
Funny that
I am a shitlord, aka the meme lord, aka Zoo, on Jet Set Radio, and I just make memes. That's pretty much it.
it's funny that Cap said he's a loser, because I was thinking of making some sort of intro myself, because I don't know, since we are talking about the website and everything, I thought this was gonna get shared around a bit, even if just. I mean, my other podcasts never get shared, so I thought maybe this one will get shared once or twice, and I said, well, let's make some sort of intro, and I was gonna say mostly the same as Cap said. I'm just a loser.
Yeah, I know. We know Caps is a loser, so that's already been established multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm a loser too. So what's the difference?
Caps is a weeb.
I
that
think
likes Cube.
I think
Wave as well.
the only difference is that I'm such a loser that this podcast has my name on it. In fact, since you said Caps is a weeb, I actually just bought a PS Vita. I think I'm gonna get it tomorrow in the mail. And the first thing I wanted to do, since I don't have any games yet, was buy Jet Set Radio so I can play it while I take a shit. And actually,
Get all the visual novels.
I think I bought like 8 or 9 games, and except Marvel vs. Capcom 3, all of them were hot. All of them were hot weeaboo trash.
I'm trying to think of Vita games because I'm surprised people still buy PS Vita in 2017. So, let me look.
I wanted to buy a new system for the summer, since I'm going on vacation soon. And since since no one can find a Nintendo Switch around here, I thought, well, let's just get a Vita, since it's I don't know, 3 times as cheap.
Horrible. Yeah.
I mean, PS Vita. I looked at the catalog, since I don't know. If I buy the console, I'm gonna have to buy some games, and basically I bought every single game I'm more or less interested in, except for maybe a couple that I want to play eventually, but I'm not really into. And that's 8 or 9 games, and they are all weeaboo trash.
And Jet Set Radio.
And
Can't
Jet Set
forget about
Radio.
Jet Set Radio.
But that one's digital download. I actually don't know. I don't know which games are available for download on Vita. I'm gonna have to check it when I get the console.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of visual novels in this lineup. So yeah, weeb games.
And
Mostly.
and Persona dancing games.
Yeah, Persona dancing games.
I'm not-
I know there's stuff like Killzone if people still play that fucking series.
I'm not gonna lie. I actually bought Dancing All Night.
Oh,
That was one of the 8 or 9 games I was actually interested in.
yeah. Again, I'm still shocked people buy a PS Vita in 2017. That's like the most. That's sadly like the most deadest console. This
I
generation.
I only bought it because it's like the cheapest portable
Yeah.
system in the market right now.
I mean, yeah, that's an upside because it's so fucking good that you can get it for cheap. So there you go.
if I could use a television when I'm going on vacation, I would have bought a PS4.
Yeah.
But I don't have any TV since it's my grandparents' house and they own all the TVs. I can't use them.
Rip.
So, getting back into the topic, we spent like 5 minutes there talking about hot weeaboo trash.
Yeah.
Just to explain that
Yeah.
just to explain that Caps and I are mostly the same person.
Well, no, see, Caps. Oh wait, no,
Yep.
because you're also Hispanic. Shit.
That's what I was gonna say. We actually are both
Yeah, you're
Of-
both. Well, I mean,
of Hispanic
Caps is-
descent.
yeah, but Caps is Puerto Rican though, and you're from Spain, so you're
Yeah.
like Spanish compared to Puerto Rican.
There's a huge difference, but we mostly
He
talk
stole
the
our
same
land.
language.
Yeah, in the food. Don't
Yeah.
forget about the food.
What food? We don't even
Yep.
eat. We
Yeah,
don't
I
even
mean,
eat Latin American food.
Well, I know. Well, I mean, I remember it was like, if I remember from my Spanish class, like Spain food was different from like regular Mexican food or whatever. I don't know. I can't remember.
Actually, I think Latin American food is way more popular in the U.S., for example, than in Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spain is just like the rest of Europe. There's no difference between Spain, France, Italy. There's a slight difference between one country and the other, but we are mostly the same right now.
Yeah.
The only difference is the language.
Mm.
I'd go to Italy just to get that because I heard their food was like fucking amazing. So
I've been to Italy a couple of times, and I must say, as a touristic visit, it's kind of interesting, but I don't know if, I mean, you're both American.
well, yeah. Caps is
Technically.
Caps
Technically, you're both American.
He's
I mean,
not.
you're
He's not. He's not. No, I don't think Puerto Rico's part of the U.S. yet, but technically, yeah.
no, I don't mean American as from the U.S. I mean American as from America, the continent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah, that case, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Since the culture is too different, I don't know if you will be too interested in like a cultural visit to Europe.
Yeah, no, I'd be
would.
interested in I would be interested in a cultural visit. Like I know, there's like there are places I would go and see, but yeah, one of the main reasons would be the food though. Like I can't doubt that.
Actually, now that we mention it, going a bit off topic here, I saw a post recently that said something like, "Oh, China has noodles. Italy has pasta. The U.S. has pizza." And I said, "Motherfucker, pizza is Italian."
Yeah, what the fuck? Pizza's Italian, asshole.
Like,
Okay, to be fair
Americans-
though,
Americans have their own food. Why do they have to say like something from a different country's theirs?
I mean, okay, to be fair, a lot of food was adapted. A lot of food adapted here you can consider American, like American pizza, American, like, tacos and shit like that. Like, nothing you could say is authentic, but, yeah, I mean, pizza technically is from Italy.
I don't
Like, I
know.
see- But I also saw, like, Italian pizza is different from, like, American pizza, too, so...
Yeah,
it's
but
not-
because many years have gone by since that era when colonies were still a thing,
Yeah.
and when stealing recipes from a different country was still a thing. So
Yeah.
many years have gone by, so the recipe has slightly changed. And obviously, if you're getting a traditional Italian pizza, it's different from the kind of pizza you would get in America.
Yeah, but you can't doubt that pizza's delicious though. So we can't disagree on that.
I mean, there's maybe
I
you've
can't
heard of
eat
it.
all day.
Maybe you've heard of it since I think it's kind of popular. It's one of the most well-known things about Spain. You know what the fuck paella is?
And, wait, say it again.
Oh
Paella?
yeah.
It's rice with a lot of things on it. It's difficult to explain. It's complicated. It takes a hour, maybe over an hour to cook. It's actually a bit complicated.
I mean, it sounds good. So
It's rice with meat and vegetables and also a bit of seasoning. It's complicated to explain, but if you're getting it anywhere outside from my region, which is where it originated from, it's not gonna be the same. Like, people from my region are always gonna complain from the paella that's cooked on any other city from the country. Not to mention any other country outside of Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Paella is a bit popular here in Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah, but
yeah,
as I said,
very
it's
different.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, since it's a complicated recipe, I mean, if you get a paella recipe in Puerto Rico, for example, like, if you don't have the exact ingredients that are in the recipe, you're gonna say, well, maybe I can change them for something I actually have, and then you make a different recipe, and that's why people from my
No
region don't like
substitution.
it, because usually it has seafood, and there's not much seafood available in the whole country, since I live near the sea.
Yeah. Coast.
For example, one of the reasons why it's so different depending on where you're having it. And I'm just gonna say this was supposed to be a Jet Set Radio podcast, and we're going actually
Yeah.
I mean,
a lot.
yeah, no, I
Yeah,
know,
we
I know
should
that.
go
That's
back
fine.
to-
We're I mean,
we
we're
can bring up did you have like any like topics in mind, or?
I was just gonna talk about the game and our feelings for the game, but I mean, I'm not even complaining. I'm having fun, but we should stay on topic.
Yeah, let's say. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Just talk. Let's
Yeah,
talk
let's
about the
go.
game.
So how
Alright.
about we?
Well,
how about
first of all, we need Jet Set Radio 3.
Yeah, maybe actually, it would take actually a lot less effort to make Jet Set Radio Feature HD, and I would be happy if we got that. Like,
I don't
please
know about that, though.
acknowledge that the franchise still is a thing, because making a remake, even an HD remake / port, it's so much easier to do than making a whole new game. So I mean,
Yeah.
if it doesn't take much effort, at least please port the future game, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I think Sega at this point.
We all know Twitter.
Game.
I mean, I'm planning on. I actually mentioned this in a bunch of episodes before this. I'm planning on getting an original Xbox so I could play Jet Set Radio Feature and nothing else. I'm getting an entire system, and a pretty heavy one for that. Just to play one game.
Just one game.
One game that's
Worth it.
one game that's almost as expensive, if not more expensive than the system itself.
Well, I mean, I don't know. The game. Well, I mean, I guess it depends where you buy it from. Like, I was able to get a copy for like around like $10.
I
Good
mean,
condition.
Considering Dreamcast and Xbox are really not popular at all in my country, I have only seen. I usually go to video game collecting stores where they have all sorts of second-hand games, and I've only seen a copy of Jet Set Radio, the original Dreamcast game, once, and I've never seen a copy of Jet Set Radio
Bruh.
Feature.
Bruh.
People who actually know about the topic told me that a copy of Jet Set Radio Feature could range from 20 to 40 in my country.
I mean, oh wait, that's probably because you have to import it.
And
assuming.
I don't really even know if the game is translated. I guess it is, but I've never seen it.
Well, I mean, yeah. Can you still be able to play stuff in English?
I mean, I don't mind playing games in English, but I don't. If you're talking about region lock games or something like that,
Well,
you
no,
mean that?
well,
or...
I mean not region locked, but okay. Well, I mean, I guess I don't know. Is the Xbox region locked or no?
I think it is.
Well, that's kind of dumb.
I mean, most game consoles are region locked, actually.
Yeah.
It's rare for some of them to not be, I think. I've talked about the topic with some friends sometimes. Region locks are shit, but I don't know which consoles are not region locked. They are actually uncommon. The common thing is to region lock them.
Yeah. But let's all just talk about this one thing. Twitter and
What's-
DJ Professor K.
You know, I thought since I wanted to get a couple of people in here from the website, and I actually did. Thankfully, I thought it would be only Caps and I, since nobody was listening to me when I said we were doing a podcast. I thought it was. I thought it would be.
They were just.
I thought it would be cool to get DJ Professor K in here, but I don't think he would be happy with breaking character. Or talking in character for an entire hour.
Yeah,
K
would have been
does
neat.
his own shit, okay?
I mean,
Yeah.
does anybody even know who K is?
He's
No.
K. That's all we know.
He's K.
For all that I know,
K. That's
He's
all.
not. He's not the master, but he's just K. So.
I mean, for all that I know, he could be the actual DJ Professor K, and I wouldn't know.
I doubt it.
Like the role playing action is on point.
I used to know who was DJ Professor K's voice actor.
Yeah.
No,
Shinobu?
I know he was on How to Get Away with Murder.
But I
He
mean,
was one of
the
characters in How to Get
Wait, was the voice actor black or no?
Yeah, it's Black Man.
Okay.
He's in How to Get Away with Murder.
Wait, what was his name? Hang on, I'm gonna look this up.
Me too.
but I mean, for all
his
that
name's Billy Brown. Billy Brown is supposedly the voice actor for it.
Billy Brown, I'm actually gonna look for it.
Yeah.
But I mean,
But yeah,
the
if Billy Brown was actually
Oh god, it is Billy Brown. Oh my god.
bruh, if Billy Brown was actually running Jet Set Radio Live, that would be crazy.
Dude, Kay needs to get Billy Brown to voice act for him, or he needs to steal his vocal cords.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It would be actually, for all that I know, the DJ Professor K Twitter and account could be run by like a bunch of people instead of just one of them, and I wouldn't even know.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, if it was a bunch of people, we would all know that they all love Hitomi.
Yeah, Hitomi.
They all love Hitomi Tanaka.
Don't forget Henri too.
It's kind of like a cult
Oh,
at
yeah.
this point.
I know. No, if it was
Yeah.
a cult, no, if it was a cult, they'd be sending her money.
I mean, does Hitomi Tanaka have a Twitter account? Because
Hitomi?
yeah,
yeah,
but-
he does.
He tweeted her out yesterday.
Because I
It
mean,
was her birthday.
the community
Oh, yeah.
the community is known for spamming Hideki Naganuma, so I wouldn't be surprised if we spammed Hitomi Tanaka.
Maybe some people. I don't know. She. I think her Twitter's like a business account Twitter, so I think someone else handles it.
Oh, I wouldn't
think- at
be
least
I wouldn't be
I'd
surprised.
I'm assuming, right? Because Hitomi said I'm surprised how actually professional Hitomi is, but that's because she's an actress, so that probably explained why her account will be more of a business Twitter.
I'm
Or
just
not
gonna
business Twitter, but like a professional type Twitter. That's something that just for
I'm gonna ask like a dumb question. Maybe I'm gonna get impaled for saying this, but where did all the Hitomi Tanaka cult following come from? Is
I
it
don't know,
just?
Kate just likes her.
I mean,
Yeah,
is,
I think Kay
Kay
just
just
likes
likes
her, and so he devoted memes to her.
because I mean, as far as I
Yeah.
know, the community doesn't have a direct relation to her.
Yeah,
If
I know.
it
I
wasn't
think-
for
I think-
K,
Yeah, I think it's just like fan service.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
Again, if
she's
it was
not
a
in
cult,
any of the games.
they'd be doing more than just that. If it was a cult, trust me. We're talking like 8th level, send her money and dildos kind of shit.
Yeah.
um,
But yeah,
let me
So
yeah,
let
like
yeah,
Twitter
well,
is proof that we need something for Jet Set Radio because the Jet Set Radio community and Twitter does not shut up.
that's what
K finds everyone who wants Jet Set Radio to come
s-
back.
I think Kay
no,
just types Jet Set Radio on the search bar on Twitter and starts retweeting everyone
Yeah, that's what he
and
does.
refreshing every 5 seconds
Yeah,
and retweeting
uh,
everything.
yeah,
but
that's what he does.
yeah, I don't think Sega's going to care, and I can tell you why right now. Sonic fans.
Yeah.
There's too many fucking Sonic fans. I'm not shitting you. Why do you think the new Sonic game lets you sorry to be here.
Make your own OC.
Yeah, make your own recolor. Yeah, their recolors are going to be canon to Sonic in the Sonic universe now. So they're catering to that audience at the moment, and then like you get the reasonable fans that are saying it's stupid, while like everyone else is having like a fucking boner for them. But
Okay,
yeah,
Yeah.
but sadly, the Sonic
It's an
fans,
okay
there's too
feature.
many. Yeah, but there's too many Sonic fans, sadly. So that I don't know. Sega has their weird priorities at the moment.
risky comment I'm gonna say right now. I think it's risky, but it's also mainstream. I actually would consider myself a Sonic fan, but the games having that kind of fan base makes me want to stay in the closet.
Yeah. I mean, okay. Do you want to have sex with Sonic or sniff his feet?
You just want to play his game.
Or do you
I
just want to play his game? Do you
I
want
grew
do you want to have a diaper fetish for Sonic? Because that's the level we're at the moment.
man, I just grew up playing Sonic the Hedgehog on
I know,
Sega
man.
Genesis, I think,
And
and I don't know. I think Sonic the Hedgehog is probably like my first or second favorite platformer, and it's
Yeah.
I'm kind of scared of admitting it because I mean
Well, I mean, there's
just
nothing
look
wrong with
at the
admitting
fan
it.
base.
It's fine. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's a reasonable thing to say, but then, yeah, I can understand why though, because Sonic fans are, I don't know, it's insane.
I mean, you can't deny now that I am
But-
more into game collecting. I've tried a lot of Sega Genesis games, and you can't deny Sonic the Hedgehog is one of the less shitty ones.
Yeah,
rip.
I was
It's-
I thought about during the summer sale like buying Sonic like Adventure 2 for Steam, but I already have the Dreamcast version of it, so I didn't feel like I don't know. I wasn't really tempted to buy it again.
So
You
you
know?
do have a Dreamcast.
Yeah, I have a Dreamcast.
I don't have it. I'm planning on buying it, but
Oh yeah, okay,
Buy it off him. Buy it off
buy-
him.
Yeah, no, buy it. Make sure if you're gonna buy it. I think you have to buy it before a certain date. I don't know I don't know how much that'd be, but like if you can do that, you can pretty much like burn and play like whatever Dreamcast game you want on that CD.
I don't know. I'm just as I said with the Xbox thing. I just wanna get the Dreamcast to play Jet Set Radio and maybe like a couple of games more, but not
Yeah.
not much else.
Dude, like I
Yeah.
burned like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for Dreamcast, and it's amazing.
Yeah, but for that reason, I already have a PS2, so why should I?
Wait, you have do you have Marvel vs. Capcom for PS2?
No, but I'm planning on getting it. It's not too expensive.
Dude, I can't find Marvel vs. Capcom 2 like anywhere. That's not expensive. That's why I burned it.
I think I know where to get it right now. I can get it on the mail, but and it's a bit over $30.
Yeah, okay, you know what? That's bullshit.
I
That
mean,
is so
it's
dumb. I
burning.
it's
can't.
expensive, but
I,
it's expensive, but
30 bucks though. 30 bucks compared to like hundreds of dollars people shell out for this. Like it's the same thing with Smash. I had to like sell for like paying for like 50 bucks for
yeah.
Smash Brothers Melee because it's
I
hundreds of
think
dollars
it's
online. You know.
yeah, listen. Now that you mentioned Smash, you don't talk shit about Smash in front of me. You know, uh,
I'm not talking about shit in Smash. I'm just saying like how expensive
do you
Smash
know
Melee
do you know what's do you
Melee
know
is.
what do you know what Fox's down B is, right?
Yeah, the front
What?
fuck there. Shine.
The shine,
The shine,
the blue hexagon.
blue hexagon.
I can send it.
Yeah.
I can send a picture through Twitter or something if you want. I have that on my arm, like tattooed.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, you don't talk shit
Yeah.
about Smash, but
I don't. I'm not talking shit about it.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
really like Melee. Like I like all the Smash games. It's just Melee's like the most expensive one. Probably like second to like
I
I
actually
would assume Brawl's also expensive too
I
nowadays.
found a copy of Melee like I don't know 3 to 4 years ago in a secondhand store, and it was like $17. Well,
Yeah,
euros.
that's lucky.
It was euros. It was 17 euros. It's
That's
roughly the same as
ridiculous.
dollars.
Yeah, I
Um,
know.
Yeah.
It's like a
Euros
$2 to
is more
$3
expensive.
margin.
yeah, it's not too big of a difference, and I found it and I was like, this is the first time I've ever seen a copy of Smash Bros. Melee. So I think I didn't have a lot of money by the time, but I said I think I should buy it because I don't know when I'm gonna find another one. And
Yeah,
now,
I would have done the same thing and buy it, you know?
but it was
Like
17.
yeah, no, it's 17. Yeah, 17 euro. That's like a dream price. That's like the dream price right there. That's a steal.
I'm
Okay.
I'm
You're
in
gonna I
the
would feel bad just for paying that price for it like even though I wouldn't because it's probably a used copy, but
yeah, obviously it's used.
Mm.
But I would, I don't know. Now that I am into the actual Melee community for my city, and that I am also into video game collecting, I've seen that the price is slightly up, but the copies I've found recently are only 25.
Neat.
Granted, there's a huge difference, and the community is gonna also want to murder me because of this. But there's a huge difference between NTSC and PAL. Like
Yeah.
the competitive community is obsessed with playing NTSC,
Well, there.
and I'm that loser who plays in the PAL version just because I live in the PAL region.
Yeah.
I actually have a friend who bought an American GameCube and an American copy of the game just to play it.
Oh, make sure to get back to Jet Set Radio because we get sidetracked a lot, you know?
Yeah, actually, since since I usually talk about this a lot, I'm just gonna say I spent $17 on Melee, but I spent 45 this last weekend on a GameCube controller that's shaped like a chainsaw. You know
oh,
the
isn't
Resident
that
Evil 4.
yeah, the Resident Evil 4 controller?
I spent 45 on that shit just to play Melee and to fuck with some people when I get to some casuals or
Yeah,
something.
dude, I think that's also expensive. You're getting like steals in Spain, dude.
Um, if it's since it's a collector's edition, if it's in the original box, it's triple the price. But
Well, yeah,
if you only
you paid 45 for that though. Just the controller right now, it's like $100. I'm seeing $100 used on eBay. So if you paid 45 for it, that's a steal, dude.
yeah, but the box makes a huge difference.
Yeah, no, it's the box. I'm seeing it without the box though. That's the thing, because people are cheap.
Check how much
Yeah.
Jet Set Radio would cost with the box or without the box.
The box.
You know what game I'm interested. You know what game I'm interested in the price, containing the box in the price and everything. I want to get Jet Set Radio Advance
Oh, Jet Set Radio Advance.
because I actually have a copy, a reproduction cartridge. but I want to get the original one with the box and everything.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm just gonna check if there's any listing on eBay.
Okay, I'm looking at this chainsaw controller. How the fuck are you supposed to use that thing?
You're looking at a picture?
Yeah, I'm looking at a picture of it right now. Okay, so I'm assuming, yeah, because it looks like two handles. I don't know, like, how do you use? I need to look at it. I need to see a video of this. So
The face buttons are not too complicated to figure out, because you have to grab it like an actual chainsaw.
yeah, you have to grab it like an actual chainsaw.
And I think it's the L button. You're supposed to use that with your left thumb.
Yeah.
It's on your thumb area, so you have to press it with your thumb. But
Yeah.
that also means you have to move your finger from the
Okay,
stick.
so I thought the controller, like, you want to be able to use the thumbsticks for that controller, but yeah, it seems like you can.
Yeah, and the biggest problem with that controller is that the C button. That's since I play melee, that's important, like for grabs and everything.
Yeah.
The C, you're supposed to use that shit with your index finger, but not exactly like in a normal GameCube controller you would press down the C buttons, because it's over, like it's the R button and the C button are on the same side of the controller. In the Chainsaw controller it's different, because you have to press down to get the R button, but you have to press up to get the C. If it's the first time I've ever seen you have to press up with your index finger to get anything.
Yeah, I kind of want to. I can't find a video of someone playing Smash with a chainsaw controller. That needs to be a thing.
Well,
If
he's
there's
gonna-
if there's not any video of it, I guess I could make
one.
it.
Yeah, just make one. Just use a camera, capture footage first, and then and also make sure you're capturing, like with the camera, you using the controller, and then put that in a video.
The only problem is even if I brag about playing melee, I'm actually a loser. So I would be.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. Just feel yourself playing the game with the goddamn controller, because I need to see this in
Yeah, but
action
I
here.
don't know. I would get like some sick Marth gameplay or anything, and people would tell me like, "Oh, you're not making any chain grabs," because the Z button is impossible to press on that shit.
I want to see someone win a tournament with a chainsaw controller. Make this legal. I think there should be no controller limit. You should be able to use whatever controller you want.
I don't think there's a controller limit.
Yeah, because the thing is in fighting games, you can use whatever controller you want. So you
Yeah.
should be able to use the chainsaw.
This weekend, in this weekend's Evo, someone was using a keyboard to play. So, I mean,
Yeah, a fucking keyboard, which is
what are limitations?
which is
Actually-
I think I saw someone use an actual Guitar Hero.
Yeah, I was gonna say
guitar
that.
to use as Eno.
Yeah, to play as Eno on Guilty Gear, because Guilty Gear actually has only 5 buttons to play, and the Guitar Hero controller has 5 buttons. But
Yeah,
it was
but how can you
modded.
move?
It was
Yeah,
modded. Like
Okay.
if you've seen a Guitar Hero controller, the thing that goes up and down, it was modded, and it was just like a regular arcade stick.
Oh, I saw,
like
I only
a
saw
ball
one
top.
picture and it looked like an actual normal Guitar Hero guitar.
If you look closely into the picture, the place where that part of the controller where you're supposed to go up and down, it's just a regular ball top.
Well,
So, I mean, people were talking about the melee community usually whines a lot about regulations because the game isn't supposed to be played like that. So
Well-
they whine about specific rules and not being able to do this thing or that thing, like banning wobbling because it's too broken.
I don't know. I mean, I understand balance, not using items or anything. But yeah.
Yeah, because items would break the game.
Yeah, I know. I was watching a Smash documentary and they explained why there is no more items in
Yeah,
like an official tournament setting.
and their stages are also very limited in the competitive setting. But I mean,
Yeah, that also
there's
makes
no
sense
other
too.
there's no other quote unquote fighting game if you wanna say it's a fighting game, because I personally don't think Melee is a fighting game. Melee
No.
or any Smash game, I don't think they are fighting games.
Um,
But they can be played competitively.
Yeah,
That's the least you can say.
I mean, I don't know.
but
I kind of consider Melee like an intricate fighting game. That's just my opinion, though. Like,
I
and
think it's
I know people like to make up the argument that it's a party game, but then I think at the same time,
yeah
I think there's a
it's
sense
kind of
there's a sense of it being a fighter. So
it's kind of a meme at this point, because if you've seen the Melee Hell group, it's kind of a meme. Like, Melee is not a fighting game, and I mean, memes in general. People tend to meme the shit out
I know people like
of
to
the.
meme it.
I
But
mean, if you're in Melee Hell, it's more memes about the game than the actual game,
yeah.
and I don't know. They like to shit talk a lot about how it's just a party game and people are playing it the wrong way.
You know, okay, you know, speaking of Smash, you know how Sega put Sonic in Smash? Why didn't they put like Yo-Yo in Smash?
Yeah,
Or Beat?
I wish we could get like Beat. Actually, this reminds me of drifting back into the topic. This reminds me of this is another even like even more arguments to say that Caps and I are just literally the same. I think we actually knew about Jet Set Radio the first time because of the same reason. Because we were
Sonic and
because
Sega all started racing and tennis, basically.
Sonic All Star Racing. I'll never understand that game, even though I like playing. Was it All Stars Racing Transform? But the thing that bugged me about this game is that okay, so putting Sonic in a car, right? Like it's unorthodox, but putting Beat and Gum in a fucking car when they have skates, right? That and they put them on and they, what did they put them on? They put them on quads or something, right? Or scooters. I can't remember, but it was like the most stupidest thing.
yeah, it actually looks stupid because they are wearing their rollerblades and they are
Yeah,
on a vehicle.
I'm just like, why can't they use the blades or like make a vehicle based on the rollerblades or something, right? But
Yeah,
if you're
it's
gonna go
it's
if they're gonna go with the car aesthetic, right? But I don't
yeah,
know.
more actually most of the characters in that game have really generic looking cars.
Yeah,
Some of them are okay, but the most of them are just generic.
you know what made more sense if the car Sonic was riding was powered by him running, like that would have made more sense than him just being in the car,
Yeah, like
right?
A Flintstones car.
Like yeah, like a Flintstones car. Like okay, so because it makes no sense to put him in the car. It made no sense when they did Sonic Riders. Like, yeah, I mean, unless it's like they go in the air and stuff, then yeah, fine. Because Sonic
Yeah,
can't normally go in the air, but I
it
don't
makes more
know.
sense in Transform, since you're going flying
Yeah,
and
yeah, because you're flying and stuff. Yeah,
yeah,
but
it
still,
makes more
it makes.
sense.
I mean, yeah, it's still. I mean, it's just Sega trying to copy Mario Kart. It's still they
Yeah,
needed
it's
to like
I mean,
they needed to,
I'm not gonna deny it's fucking dumb.
yeah.
It actually
Missed
I like the idea of it in the
opportunity
game is fun, but
for
it's just dumb though.
it makes more sense in the tennis game, because I was gonna mention that because I had heard the name Jet Set Radio, but I first like saw the characters and the environment in the Sega tennis game. It made it obviously makes more sense there, because you don't have to go about with cars and everything. You just give every character a different like racket, and that's it.
yeah. But like, okay, here's the thing with Sonic and Sega's racing and tennis. We know Sega still remembers their old IPs, but they just don't want to do anything about them.
I'm just
at
gonna
the
say
moment.
you've said Sega remembers their old IPs. I'm just gonna let this one slide. Have you played the latest Golden Axe game?
No, I did not hear about new Golden Axe,
I mean,
but
it's not new. It's for PS3 maybe.
I've
hmm,
not heard of that either.
Spoiler, it's not good.
hmm.
Um, I mean, I like Golden Axe, so I don't know what kind
Yeah.
of Golden Axe we're talking about here, though.
Uh,
I do know about the studio doing Shenmue on their own.
I mean, I think I played a version of Axe or Golden Axe like a long time ago. That was, I thought that was kind of cool. It was kind of like a more arcade. I don't know how to say arcade, but it felt like if Golden Axe was was kind of beefed up a bit, I guess you can say, and it looked good. I don't remember what it was though. I'm trying to.
I, I don't know. Since I've been, as I said before, I've been a Sega child, at least for the Genesis, because Saturn and Dreamcast were not popular at all in my country. So I've never even heard of them until I got older. But
Yeah.
I obviously played Golden Axe since it's a popular Genesis game, and when I saw that PS3 Golden Axe game, I felt first I felt, oh, it's nice that they are remembering the franchise, but then you see that
They
the game has
just
been
poorly
critically
executed.
it's been critically slammed into the ground. I'm not too picky
Mm.
with my games. I
But
think I can criticize a game, but I just enjoy even the shittier games. I can enjoy anything.
yeah,
So I think
but
I
yeah,
think I would enjoy that game
Oh yeah,
unless
are you
it.
talking about Golden Axe Beast Rider or some shit like that?
Yeah, I think that was the name.
Oh
Yeah,
god.
I think I would actually enjoy that game
This looks
because I
terrible.
can enjoy it. I can enjoy anything, but if a game's bad, I'm just gonna say it's bad.
I mean, this looks kind of bad. It's like, why?
Like, I'm glad that the old
Oh yeah,
franchises are
I
being
think the game I
remembered.
played was Golden Axe 3. I can't confirm it yet, but it looks like,
Three was in
yeah,
the Genesis, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, but I think I might have played Golden Axe 3. It looks similar to what I played before. I just felt like an upgraded version of Golden Axe. I don't know why.
I don't know. I think three was on the Genesis. If I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken, three is the one where the dwarf Julius is not playable.
Uh, Maybe that might have been it. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Golden Axe is fine. I don't think it's like the best beat 'em up though. There's obviously way better ones. Oh wait, what is
I
this?
prefer Streets of Rage. Streets of Rage is
Streets
definitely
of
my
Rage,
favorite
Streets of
one.
Rage, yeah.
No,
Um,
I'm seeing.
I think I'm more of a Capcom kind of person when it comes to beat 'em up. So I kind of tend to play those a lot.
I'm just a Capcom guy when it comes to fighting games because I'm too.
Yeah.
I'm a
Actually, you know,
big.
Capcom did Streets of Rage, right?
What? No, Streets of
Or
Rage.
no, not Streets of Rage. Never mind, that was Final Fight.
Final Fight.
I'm mixing up my beat 'em ups. Yeah.
They are like competitors at the time, and they look kind of similar.
But yeah, dude, Streets of
Kinda.
Rage 2 though, that was amazing.
I only own the first game. I've played the second, but I only own the first one.
Yeah.
I should get
Dude, Streets of
two.
Rage 2, like the first stage is like um it's like the best music, to be honest.
Yeah, Streets of Rage is probably one of the best soundtracks in Genesis history.
But yeah, when it comes to beat 'em ups, I might be more of a Capcom guy because I like stuff like what was it? There's stuff like, well, I'm not too sure about Final Fight. I know Mighty Final Fight. That's one I really like, but that was a Nintendo game. I know there's the X-Men beat 'em up, and I think the only really good one they did was Dungeons and Dragons, and that's like my top favorite one. But
I don't know. My favorite one is definitely the first Streets of Rage, just
yeah,
because it brings back memories. I know two is better, but I don't know. I've played the original one so much.
yeah. Oh yeah, Turtles in Time, dude. Turtles in Time is a good one.
I actually played that recently at a game at some sort of game con I was at.
Yeah.
But as I said, when it comes to Capcom, I'm a big fan of the fighting games they made, especially especially in their golden age, because nowadays they seem like they are following like a business model that's
Show
not
their former.
the business model they're going for right now. It's not too great. Like people are shitting a lot on Street Fighter 5, and I still play it, but I can clearly see
Yeah.
with the flaws. And I fear that Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is gonna go down the same road as Street Fighter 5.
Well,
It
no. Well, I mean, yeah, actually, but I think I don't know. It seems like it's not. It's getting less for in Capcom Infinite. I mean, I don't know. Like, I wasn't too much into like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, even though I have it. Um, or it was Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Ultimate, I think that was called.
Yeah, the ultimate version
Yeah,
is
Ultimate.
great.
Yeah. But
I
I know, yeah, but still, I think the best one was like Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yeah,
Hands down.
Marvel 2 was
Marvel's
just
kind of,
Marvel 2
yeah.
was crazy.
Yeah, I
That
think
game's amazing.
that's the only Marvel game I would ever take seriously. Like if someone wanted to be competitive, like I don't think I want to take
But I
the
think
third one seriously. But
I think Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is known for being busted.
well, I mean, busted, but it's like what
Yeah,
I think, but it's really
Magneto
hard. But
and
all of
Storm.
the older Marvel vs. Capcoms were like really hard though. Like even to this day, I still have like a hard time playing them because they're like some of the hardest games, especially if you play on Dreamcast because of the controller. Like I like I almost thought about getting like a fight stick, but I had a hard time because they
I
were so
us-
expensive.
I
But
usually just play emulated games. Like
yeah,
the times I usually play Marvel vs. Capcom, it's
yeah,
either Ultimate 3, which is already on PC, or it's Marvel vs. Capcom 1, and I play an arcade emulated version. So
yeah,
and I play with a fight stick because I usually play with friends, and my friend who's usually playing fighting games with me likes to do the whole let's play with a fight stick and thing. Like I have a $90 fight stick right here with me. I mean, I have one just to play those kind of games, but I usually prefer to play with a regular controller because it's more comfortable for me.
yeah.
And I was gonna say something. Like going back to something we mentioned a while ago, because I was checking out the prices on Jet Set Radio Advance. There's not a single listing on eBay for the game with the box, but the listings of the actual game are already very expensive. I don't regret buying a reproduction card.
Oh, what? Advance is the Game Boy version, right?
Yeah. Jet Set Radio for the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, don't buy it. Don't
I
buy
have
that. That's not worth your time.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I've beaten that game. As I told you, I have a reproduction cartridge, and I played it.
But it's pretty shitty.
You wanna know? You wanna know something wild about that game?
What?
Did you know Professor K is actually playable?
Yeah, I know. I heard. I
I
heard.
I I only knew about that. I think you unlock him by beating the game or something like that. And when I was starting like a new game after beating it, and I was scrolling through the characters just to see if I had them all. I don't know if you can unlock the rival gangs or anything, but I saw that Professor K is in there. I don't know
Oh
why.
god. Oh god. You know, it's ridiculous. The requirements to just unlock a character
Yeah,
in
I was going through I was
in the
going through
original
the
Jet Set Radio.
I was going through
Like,
the missions. I was replaying the whole game trying to get jet rank on every mission.
yeah, I can't seem to get those. Like it's rare for me to get a jet rank, even though I know what I'm doing the whole time.
I got through half of the game with full jet rankings,
Yeah, but it's
and
just like it's just ridiculous. They just want you do it perfectly and you get everyone, or else.
oddly enough, I consider myself quite the fan of Jet Set Radio, but I don't have any of the original games. I haven't played Future.
Same.
Actually, um, as I was saying before, Caps and I knew about Jet Set Radio like for the first time because of a crossover game. What was the first time you kind of knew about Jet Set Radio?
Me, just like playing tennis, just playing Sega All Star Tennis, and well, I just saw Beat on the list. Then I mainly played on the Jet Set Radio stage because it had the best music, especially when Jump Around was on.
I Now that you mentioned the stages, I remember playing a lot on the I think it was Samba de Amigo, because it was the backdrop music for that stage was just like an actual samba song. So I usually just played on that stage most of the time. Well, fuck.
Wait, why he has to go?
I don't know. To anyone listening at this point, I don't know if we got many people listening to us. Caps gotta go. So well, no big deal. I guess I guess we'll maybe see him again. If he doesn't,
I mean, I hope so. I don't know.
maybe
Here, let me
maybe
see my
he's,
message.
maybe he's gonna die.
Maybe. Message him real quick. Shit. Yeah, I don't know. Either he's not gonna respond or not. He
I was,
he might have actually had to get up and go. So, he didn't leave the call, did he?
maybe he did. Not at the time. I think
No, it
he
doesn't. No, it doesn't say he did. So he might. It
no
probably
no
was right.
maybe he only muted his mic.
Yeah, probably.
So I was gonna say I'm actually
Oh,
nah,
there he goes. He's going.
there he goes. I'm actually a huge loser because I don't. It's not that I don't own any of the original Jet Set Radio games, which I don't, but I have the HD PC port because I think I have it because they were giving it away like a while back.
Oh.
I think it was some sort of Humble Bundle or something like that, or some Sega
Yeah, humble bundle.
or some Sega giveaway. I think it was some sort of Sega giveaway because I also have some Mega Drive classics,
Yeah.
and it was like we're giving away Jet Set Radio and this other game that I've never played for free, and I said, oh, Jet Set Radio. Some bloke recommended that game to me a few years ago. I should actually give it a try, and months later, maybe over a year or two later, after getting the actual game, I saw some YouTube channel that I'm following upload a gameplay, and I said, hey, this game is actually interesting, and I've had it for a while now, and I never actually got around to play it, so I'm gonna play it. And once I played it, I fell in love with it, and I got into the community and everything, even if I don't go on the website as often as I did before.
Yeah.
There was a time when I got into the website as often as I could because I was about to drop out of college. I wasn't feeling too good on that on those days, so I just got into the website and talked to people. And now that I actually dropped out of college and got a job, I don't have much time to do it anymore.
Yeah,
I,
that's
us- I usually just spend the free time I have playing games, and that's it.
I see. Yeah.
Actually, I think most of the times I've been to the chat since I left college and everything, it's been just because I'm rendering a video or something, and I go in, I drop a few words, and I go out, and it's kind of sad because I felt really invested, and I feel like I should go more often, but I don't have much time.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Jet Set Radio is a game that I love. I'm actually, if I've said it before in a few podcasts, but actually, since no one listens to it, I'm just gonna say it again. I'm planning on moving out of my parents' house for in a few months, but I might not do it because it's not the easiest thing to do. Even more so if you're just like me, who I just want to move out to live by myself, not because I need it. So I might not move out, and if I don't, I would have a lot more money to spend, and if I have a lot more money to spend, I'm just gonna make a Jet Set Radio cosplay.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, but you know what this cosplay this loser what cosplay this loser is gonna make?
Beat?
No, I'm just gonna make a male love shocker.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking wild.
Yeah. Did you ever complete the original game or no?
Complete.
Yeah,
I mean,
complete it.
I've beaten the game.
Okay.
I've gone through the story mode, but I've never completed it. As in, I've got everything.
No, I mean complete doesn't beat the game.
Yeah, I beat that game. It's actually
Okay.
really short.
Yeah, I mean it can be.
And I suppose since I'm getting a Vita and I'm getting the portable version of the game, I'm just gonna beat it again.
Yeah.
I'll try to get all Jet rankings on the Vita version when I get it.
Yeah.
And as I said, I even beat the Game Boy version. So the only thing I haven't tried yet is Jet Set Radio Future. I've never played that one.
Yeah, it's kind of it kind of feels different from the original one in some ways.
Yeah,
I mean, it's good. It's good. It's kind of good. I mean, I don't know. I have to go back and finish Jet Set Radio Future.
except for a few nostalgia facts, everyone in the community says Jet Set Radio Future is better.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's preference. Um, I think I don't know. I'd have to I was gonna like play them both, like do a comparison, because I don't know, I had like problems playing Future. I don't know why.
I
'Cause I
think
felt
I think in my case I would, same as with, I mentioned I'm a fan of Sonic the Hedgehog the first game and Streets of Rage the first game, and it actually happened to me with Saints Row 2 because
Oh, yeah.
in the case of Saints Row, the third game, Saints Row the third, it's really popular, and
Yeah.
I got 2, 3, and 4 mostly the same weekend, and I wanted to rush through the second game just to get to the third, which is supposed to be the best one. And I got so used to the second one that when I played the third, I wasn't as interested in it, even if it looked better.
See, what I did was I got 2 and 3 and 4, but then I played 4 first, and then I went backwards.
In my
And then,
case,
and now my problem is that I haven't finished 2 yet, so
I finished 2 in a weekend, but a weekend means playing 20 hours in 2 days.
yeah.
I actually had see I wanted to beat it just to get to the third one, but I actually got really invested in it, and when I got to the third one, I don't know, I wasn't as invested, and it happened to me with those other games I mentioned. It happened to me with Streets of Rage, with Sonic, and maybe it would happen to me with Jet Set Radio as well, because
No, I don't know. I mean,
at,
it's
at
only
this
2
point
games, so
at this point I'm so used to the original that I don't know how I'm gonna feel about the sequel.
I don't know. You might or might not like it. I can't really say.
One thing I'm really sure, I prefer the original's artwork to the sequel.
Yeah.
I think the original Jet Set Radio had timeless artwork, whereas the sequel seems more like a product of its time. Should I say? Like
Um,
the
I think
sequel,
I.
Jet Set Radio feature looks very 2000s, and
Yeah.
Jet Set Radio. I mean, it was developed in the 90s. It came out in the early 2000s, and it's still really fresh artistically speaking nowadays. Like the soundtrack is still really fresh. The artwork is still really fresh, but
Yeah.
I think Future looks like uh what I that's what I call like a product of its time. It just looks like the 2000s.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
It's kind of like everything 2000s, Green Day, Shrek,
Shrek.
early superhero movies that no one likes.
Well, I
that's
mean,
that's the
you
spirit
mean
of the
Spider-Man?
2000s.
Don't diss on Spider-Man. Okay, everyone loves Spider-Man.
Whoa, actually, a friend of mine told me, I don't know if it was today or yesterday. We Someone mentioned the Amazing Spider-Man. I don't know if it was because I was listening to some video or something. Someone mentioned the Amazing Spider-Man, and I laughed and I said to my friend, the Amazing Spider-Man. That's a nice joke. And he said to me, I actually prefer the Amazing Spider-Man to the original trilogy.
Okay, make sure remind me to slap your friend later, and give me his address, and
Actually,
I'm going to do horrible things to his house later.
I owe something to the Amazing Spider-Man, to the second movie, which is even worse than the first one.
I
I
don't know. I don't like the Amazing Spider-Man
I
really.
don't, I don't like it. I don't like it either. I actually, as for the first trilogy, I admit that the first two movies are good and the third is okay, but I don't really like them as much. But I admit that they are good as movies.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Despite the feelings, the third Spider-Man movie, I think the trilogy was good.
Yeah,
Like they were concrete and they were good. So
the trilogy was good. It was I don't know if super.
those were the best Spider-Man movies, and then the Amazing Spider-Man came along, and then it's just like stupid.
I don't know if superhero movies would be a thing if those movies hadn't been successful.
No, it'll still be a thing. Like if you watched Marvel, considering Spider-Man: Homecoming just came out and everyone loves that movie, like yeah, I think superhero movies are still a thing. Same thing with the DC movies. Even the DC movies, some people consider horrible. Like a lot of people still like that. Like
Yeah,
everyone,
I actually watched Suicide Squad on. I went to the cinema to watch that, so
yeah.
I think I have a good judgment of DC superhero movies.
Yeah, and like even like again, it's the recent Wonder Woman movie people thought was good. So I don't think superhero movies are dying yet.
Yeah, but I
Uh,
mean, I mean, maybe it was because of the Spider-Man trilogy that people still try to make superhero movies.
no, I mean they'll forget about the Dark Knight trilogy. That
Yeah,
was also
that's one I usually forget because they don't look like superhero movies. They don't
yeah
actually feel a lot like superhero movies.
yeah the Dark Knight trilogy. Yeah, I know. I think that's one of the cool things about the Dark Knight trilogy. But then you see everyone else trying to copy it, like even in the video games and stuff, and it's like it was annoying.
Yeah, that trilogy was quote unquote so realistic that it doesn't feel like a superhero movie. Like
Yeah,
the
I
old
think it, I kind of I think I made a predator. I don't know if I would say predecessor or I don't know the word, but
predecessor.
a predecessor. Yeah. Um, I mean kind of, but at the same time, the only reason the Batman movies worked was because they put it in a realistic setting. I think that was kind of people consider that the best setting to put Batman in, and
Yeah,
it
but you
worked.
also you also have the old show and the old movies,
I
and
know.
those were actually some of them aren't good,
I
but
think.
I think
Yeah,
they
I
were
think.
they were they were popular because those actually felt like superhero movies because the
Yeah.
characters were more colorful, more loud.
Yeah.
They felt like live action cartoons.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Here's what I think though. I think Batman almost needs to be in its own universe and not with the DC universe because of how the setting is. Because I think in a sense Batman's like the flagship like superhero for DC. Even though people would say, "Oh, it's Superman," no, it's Wonder Woman, no, it's all
Yeah,
these characters, no,
those
it's
are
Batman. Batman is the flagship for DC.
yeah.
But
Superman,
the problem
Superman.
is,
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean
but the
Superman,
pro-
Batman, and Wonder Woman are like the big three, and
yeah,
Superman is supposed to be the biggest one and the first one. That's why, because he's just the first one, and Batman is. I mean, I think it's obvious that Batman is just the most popular.
yeah. But then here's the problem though, because out of all of them, Batman doesn't have superpowers, so because of his setting too, because that's how it's able to. Even though some of the supervillains are, they have superpowers and stuff, but you're not like overpowering. You know what I mean? Like that was kind of the things about Batman was that he was able to overcome the circumstances. But then you put him in the DC universe, he's obviously like the weakest character. So they have to give him these Deus Ex Machinas for him to actually be a viable character. And I don't think that's why I don't necessarily think like Batman works in the DC universe just given his setting. Um, but still, I don't know. But I think that was also a problem too because of how well the Dark Knight trilogy was. That DC tries to kind of copy off of that, and that's kind of why the Superman movie was considered a failure. That's kind of why Batman Superman also kind of failed, just of trying to lean off the success of the trilogy, and it's I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
then you have Suicide Squad, which was very different to those kind of movies, and it also
I
tanked.
know. Okay, the thing about Suicide Squad is people thought it was going to be different. So because of the setting, right? Because people weren't
Who
expecting.
even thought it was gonna be different? I mean,
I
just
don't know.
based on the artwork and the costumes,
People wanted,
you can feel how that movie is gonna be just looking at
yeah.
a
People wanted.
poster.
People kind of wanted Dark Knight 2.0, and the setting was kind of going to be like it's a more gritty, serious kind of movie. Even if they didn't want to go for that, um, people also like to make the comparison to Kick-Ass. Like it kind of almost needed to be more like Kick-Ass, like the first movie, not the second one, because that also had like a comedic moments to it, but it was still set in like a realistic, like gritty setting. Like shit got dark in Kick-Ass, so and there were serious moments in that, which is like
Yeah,
which is why people consider Kick-Ass like one of the best superhero movies, just because it's like again the same thing. It's the same thing with Batman. It's just the setting of it is so unique to regular superheroes, and then they can then still do that with Suicide Squad, and so they made it more. They made it more campy, but then they made still everything look so bland and try to make it look dark too. So it's just I don't know.
yeah.
They can't really find something that works,
Suicide
which is the
Squad was
problem.
Suicide Squad was trying to like be dark and at the same time be really colorful and loud, and
Yeah.
I think anyone can see that that's a contradiction.
Yeah. I think Suicide Squad was trying to write off of what super. I think because the new Superman. I think it was trying to write off of whatever that was trying to do, even though that movie didn't work out either because it was trying to be dark. But then what happened was it kind of ended up being a bit campy, and then Suicide Squad amped up the campiness of it, and then that also leads into like Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, but then we had Wonder Woman recently, and that's supposed to be good. But
Yeah,
I feel like Wonder Woman is just good because they went full Marvel. They said,
yeah,
"Oh, let's just make a movie like Marvel does," and
yeah,
they made a good movie.
yeah.
I mean, I don't blame them for trying to do their own thing, but I
That's
don't
also
know.
yeah. That's
I,
also another problem too. They try to copy off of Marvel sometimes, and it doesn't work.
I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing that they are just trying to copy Marvel, because I think that most of the Marvel movies are actually very enjoyable and fun to watch, but now that it's been maybe 5 years since the Avengers.
I think that's the difference with Marvel, is that Marvel's not trying to be dark, right? It's trying to it's like a line between being quirky and then being somewhat serious at times, right?
Yeah, but
That's
Marvel
Marvel, and it has color. That's what Marvel's trying to do.
Marvel
Some,
could use some improvement actually,
I know
because
I know Marvel can use a lot. It could use a lot of improvement, but I can at least say a lot of the Marvel films are more better compared to the DC films, at least.
yeah, but I mean, I think Marvel's getting really stale at this point.
Yeah,
Like I'm getting super bored of the Marvel formula. Like it's been, as I said, it's been maybe like 5 years since the Avengers movie, and what's it like this year or next year we're gonna get Infinity War, but by the time that comes around, we're just gonna not care as much, and
I
I
don't
don't
know.
I would like to care, but I see too many flaws with the movies. Like aesthetically, they could use a more cartoony look just by
Maybe.
changing
I don't know.
just by changing the color balance. They would actually improve a lot
Maybe.
because the colors are too dull.
I don't know. I like, if you ever saw Civil War, because I actually do like Civil War, even though I've kind of skipped around a couple of the movies, but it still didn't take too long to figure out what was going on
Yeah,
in
I
Civil
enjoyed
War.
I enjoyed Civil War,
They
but
just you just need to do more of that, right?
the
Kind
one that the one that I actually enjoyed the most, and people don't really either remember or care about that one, was Ant-Man,
Yeah,
because
Ant-Man.
that movie was kind of standalone, and also it was slightly different to the rest.
I
It,
heard
it,
Ant-Man. I heard they threw out a script for Ant-Man that everyone's been praising, but I don't know if it'll ever be good based on whether or not the script was based on that script or not.
I don't know. I liked Ant-Man because I just went to the movies, I saw it, and I had a lot of fun, and I said, hey,
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed this movie a lot. Same with Deadpool, because Deadpool was
But
its
yeah,
own thing.
Deadpool's a really good movie. I'm actually looking forward to the second one. So
Yeah, but that's why I feel Deadpool was its own thing, and Ant-Man was kind of its own thing too, and that's
yeah,
why they because they said, well, Ant-Man is kind of a more cartoony character, so let's make the movie more funny and not make it too real, even if it got real for a second. And I actually feel that the Marvel Cinematic Universe could be more serious, because it's just a shadow of what the
maybe.
it's just a shadow of what the comics have to offer.
I think sometimes I don't know. Okay, I think Marvel should have benefited from not doing individual movies for superheroes, but rather superheroes like Ant-Man and then fucking Black Panther. I don't know. I wish they kind of be more of in the background kind of thing and not have their own movies. Like, I think they work well when they're in a crossover, because when you look at their individual movies, it kind of some things like don't work, right? Like Iron Man worked and Captain America worked, like because um
Because
I
they are
think
important, I think.
yeah, they're important, but then also it's just their story lines kind of work, right? And the character and then the general aesthetic and design of their character works for having an individual story and movie. Like those work. Um, I don't think things like Black Panther or Ant Man kind of work for an individual movie. I think they work really better in a kind of a crossover like setting. You can even try to do origins in their crossovers, but still, I think it'd be better because I don't think Black Panther needs its own movie. We already know about
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
we already know about the Black Panther and how he exists and stuff, right?
Yeah, I
And
agree. I actually was
yeah,
gonna say that Black Panther. I don't think he needs a movie.
I know. I think like I said, if you they need to do more stuff, kind of crossover stuff. Like those were like Justice League, right? And or not just I know Justice League CC, but because when you watch Justice League, like with all the superheroes and stuff, those are more interesting than what was I gonna say? It was almost more interesting than other stuff than they were doing. Like that's kind of why people like stuff like Teen Titans a lot, right? Because it wasn't just like it wasn't just like an individual superhero. It was like it was the Teen Titans and then like a bunch of other superheroes, right? Like I kind of needed more stuff like that.
Yeah, but Teen
And
Titans.
Marvel.
I think Teen Titans is really popular. It's actually my
Yeah.
favorite. It's actually my favorite superhero group.
Yeah,
As of
everyone
that,
everyone loves Teen Titans, dude.
yeah,
But yeah,
because
I mean Marvel,
obviously I grew up with the cartoon and everything.
yeah, yeah, but Marvel needs to do stuff like that. They could honestly, the Avengers could be as popular as the Justice League was, but they just need to not do origin stories and just make more like crossover movies
Yeah, but
and have it all super. You can still
like
like I said, you can still flesh out other individual superheroes in the Avengers movies, but still I think it works better than just having their own movie.
I think Marvel would benefit from instead of making movies, making like Netflix TV shows or something like that. You know,
Maybe I don't know. Okay, 'cause
instead of making a movie one after the other, make different seasons for a show because I think Civil War was something really amazing. I remember when the comics first started to come out when I was a kid. I read some of them and I thought the concept was really interesting, but then you see the movie and it doesn't feel like there's a real conflict between
Yeah.
the two like sides of the argument. It doesn't feel like Iron Man and Captain America have the conflict that they have in the comic, and it's not really a civil war. It's just a fight between two gangs of five people in a deserted space. It's
Yeah,
it completely lacks the spirit of what Civil War
I don't
was
know.
supposed to be, I think.
The thing is, the difference between like a movie and like a TV show is like obviously there's like a different like set of format with how you make a TV show compared to like a movie. Like, because when you make stuff into a TV show, you get stuff like Agents of Shield, right? And there's not much less action, and there's more dialogue to
But
it. You know what I mean?
I think the extra time, maybe a TV show doesn't have as much of a budget and production value,
Yeah,
but I think the extra time would benefit would be very beneficial, because right now the movies just feel rushed and pointless. Like if you watch Civil War, you see that there's a small inconvenience. They start arguing about it. They add some third character just so the heroes can, instead of arguing against each other, can fight the common enemy, and then the movie ends. And
yeah,
it happened to me recently with Guardians of the Galaxy 2. That's it's kind of a long movie, and it felt okay when I watched it, but the plot doesn't feel right. Like you you were supposed to be watching something like the universe is at stake. The protagonists are saving the whole galaxy and everything, and it doesn't feel like it. It feels really pointless because it feels like it's rushed. The characters haven't been developed correctly. I don't know.
I'm waiting for when they finally decide to adapt Spider-Man. But it's not like normal Spider-Man. It's like the multi-universe Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
I don't know a lot about Spider-Man, so
Okay,
if you're talking about
okay,
different versions, I don't know.
okay, no. In Spider-Man, part of the plot is that Spider-Man has there's more than one Spider-Man because there's
Yeah,
alternate universes. So there's alternate universe Spider-Man, and then they all like join up together. So you have like different types of Spider-Man. Think of it like the Avengers, but if the Avengers were all made up of Spider-Man, basically. I really wish they would do a movie adaptation in that because that would kind of be cool. And I want them to include the Japanese Spider-Man with this giant ass robot in it.
Yeah,
Like,
I actually know about that because a friend of mine loves the Japanese Spider-Man.
yeah, and he's also canon too. Like
Yeah, he's on the comics.
they recently put him in the comics with this giant robot, so he's canon in the Marvel universe. So I want him in like all the other alternate universe Spider-Man. Like they need to make a movie about that. I don't know why they haven't thought about that or to put him in anything. It's insane. Like that's a movie on its own right there. The alternate universe Spider-Man.
I mean, I get the point that there's alternate universes. Like that's both on Marvel and in DC. Like in DC,
Yeah.
for most of the main superheroes, you have a
Yeah.
lot of parallel universe versions of them.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of Supermans, of Batmans, and
Yeah.
everything. But
Yeah.
it also feels kind of stupid that in Marvel there's so many spider-based heroes.
Yeah, spider-based heroes. That's the
Like
thing.
Spider-Man has its own universe because there's so fucking many spiders. There's so
Yeah.
many Spider-Mans. Then there's Spider-Gwen and probably different versions of
Spider-Gwen.
Spider-Gwen. Then there's, I don't know,
I
Tarantula
don't
or
know.
something like that. I think there's some sort of Spider Ninja that's called
Spider
Silk.
Ninja. I think the thing is about alternate universe Spider-Man. I think that's like unique. That's like really unique to Spider-Man, and they haven't even thought about adapting that in any way yet.
Yeah,
So
but
I'm like
that's
disappointed. Except for the video games, though. I know they did like one video game doing alternate universe Spider-Man, but yeah,
yeah, that was the one where he got to the future, right?
yeah, or no, I think so. I'm not too sure. It was like I think it had to do with alternate universes and time travel. So, but
Oh, right,
still,
right. There's one that's like four different Spider-Mans like collaborating.
like four different Spider-Mans. Yeah.
But I think there's a sequel to that one that's just, I don't know if it's a sequel or a prequel to that one that's just normal Peter Parker and the future Spider-Man, like what's it, 2099?
Yeah.
Like, but I don't know. It kind of feels dumb that Spider-Man's the only one that's so fleshed out in different universes and everything.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't like it maybe I think it's dumb because I don't like Spider-Man as much. I
Yeah.
never really liked him as a kid. I mean, I've read some comics and I watched some shows and everything, but it wasn't like my favorite hero or anything. And a lot of people seem to like him a lot more than I do. So
I
maybe
mean,
it's
that's fine. You
maybe
don't have
that's
to like Spider-Man.
maybe that's the reason why I think it's dumb. But I don't know. It feels like the Marvel multiverse is overcrowded with spider clones.
Spider clones.
And there's
Uh,
a million Spider-Mans and Spider-Gwen and different versions of them. And then there's the symbiotes like Venom. There's
Yeah.
a million Venoms. I don't know. It kind of feels like dumb because it's the only character that's like that.
I don't know. I mean, I get your point, but I don't know. I think that's kind of what I wish Marvel would do, though, or at least the Marvel films would do. It's like introduce the alternate universe Spider-Man. I don't think they're ever going to do that in the
Yeah,
Marvel
but that
films.
that
just
would
as
be
how
that
they're
would be
going.
that would be okay for its own movie. I feel
Or
that's
its own
okay.
movie too.
I
Yeah.
think I think that's okay for its own universe, but it doesn't feel right in the entirety of the Marvel universe.
Okay. The
Because
thing is,
I mean, it's each in the Marvel universe, each superhero is different. Then why there's so many fucking spiders? It feels like, why? I just wonder. There's so many, and they are all spiders. It feels unoriginal, even.
I don't know. I think it's just. I don't know.
I think it's kind of cool that they want to flesh out the multiverse. I always like that. That's why I like a lot of the parallel universes that
The Spider Verse, as they like to call it.
yeah. That's what I like a lot of the DC parallel universes. But I think for Marvel, it's stupid that only Spider-Man gets that special treatment.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my only complaint because it feels, as I said, kind of unoriginal because there's like hundreds of spider superheroes. that just have spider powers.
Yeah.
It feels dumb because not many superheroes in DC or in Marvel have like the same powers.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you actually it kind of happens something similar kind of happens with the Flash, because I know there's a lot of hyper speed heroes or villains in the Flash, but it's kind of, you don't see many characters with the exact same powers in the comics.
Yeah.
That's why I feel it's kind of weird. But I don't know. I think it would work for its own movie, even for its own series or shows. And even it would work. But as for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it would feel stupid to focus just on one hero.
Yeah.
You wanna know something funny?
Yeah, sure.
This podcast was supposed to be about Jet Set Radio.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not even gonna complain, as I said before. I'm having fun, and that's the entire
Yeah.
point. That's the entire point of it. So I'm not even gonna complain. This is gonna be called like the Jet Set Radio, but it's not Jet Set Radio podcast.
Yeah, probably.
You thought this was gonna be Jet Set Radio, but it was actually not.
Yeah, instead it's spider porn.
It's spider porn. You mean
Yeah,
that
spider.
that video of two dudes dressed as Spider-Man and one slaps the other one's ass?
Oh god, I forgot about that.
That's mythical.
Or how about spiders on drugs? There you go.
Spiders on drugs.
Yeah, have you ever seen that video, spiders on drugs?
I was kind of checking Twitter a while ago, like while we were recording, and I saw a video of a bee getting drunk. I actually have it. I actually have it right here. I think they're feeding like sugar to a bee, and it's
Yeah.
getting, and it gets like drunk. But
Yeah,
I've never seen.
You should watch Spiders on Drugs. That's what it's literally called, Spiders on Drugs.
I feel
42
like
million views.
I might have seen it, but I don't remember it.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I'm gonna mute it because otherwise the sound would just get blasted. Oh, okay, I've seen it. Maybe
Yeah.
someone posted it on Facebook. I've seen that shit.
Yeah.
Spiders on drugs.
Spiders on Drugs.
I preferred the spider porn,
Spider porn.
just because the ass slap meme is not even, it's the funny part about that meme is that it's always there, and it always comes when you're least expecting it.
Yeah.
Maybe you're watching some sort of random video, and it, blam, that's it. Slaps Spider-Man's ass.
It's free real estate. How's that, Caps?
Oh shit.
That was me gone for long.
Yeah, we were talking about spider porn.
The conversation was kind of sidetracked, kinda.
We just didn't talk about Jet Set Radio at all.
Yep, that's the point.
Yeah, we should make the next one actually Jet Set Radio and actually list down the topics that we should actually talk about.
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like this podcast should be called Jet Set Radio, but it's not actually Jet Set Radio. And the next one should be called like something like Jet Set Radio, but it actually is Jet Set Radio.
Yep. That would be a good title. That would be a good title.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Actually I don't know if I want to sit down and edit this when we are done, because it would take a while to edit. But if I don't edit it today, we have a new season of Diablo coming tomorrow, and I don't want to edit the video tomorrow because I want to play Diablo.
Yeah. I got the struggle. I got the struggle.
You know, if we make some other podcast like this one, we should have, as you said, a list of topics to go.
Yeah,
And I think the list should only say, in huge bold letters, waifus.
Okay. First we should just. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. First, we actually talk about the game. Second, the music and Naganuma. The third thing should be K and the site. And last, we could just end it off with Wife Wars.
And by ended up, you mean spending most of the actual runtime just having a waifu war.
Wasn't someone like making like a JSR card game or some shit?
Yeah.
Ah, that
Was
was
it?
Baby Blue. Yeah, it's Blue. Blue's
Yeah,
doing
that's
that.
Blue. Like I was kind of curious about that. Like I don't know what he was like doing.
Do they
Like
have
that.
some? I mean, do they have some sort of budget, or is just
No, no, okay.
improvised?
He's making images of the cards. That's what he's doing.
Oh, because it kind of reminds me of when I was in school. Me and my friends made some sort of Code Lyoko. I don't know if you remember that show.
Totally, yeah.
We,
Yeah,
we made like
I know
we made like a
Lyoko.
Code Lyoko card game.
Oh, that's cool.
It was kind of fun, but it was also busted as fuck.
Yeah, I don't know how possible it would have been back then, but like today you can pretty much make almost kind of like any card game you want.
Yeah, with the if you make the actual, I mean they are cards, but if you make the actual quote unquote gameplay to be based on whatever you're basing the game on. I mean, Call Lyoko was actually a show with fights and everything, so
Yeah.
a card game with where characters fight each other wasn't too
Yeah.
brainless. But
I
if
know.
you make a Jet Set Radio card game, you should make it like actually like Jet Set Radio, like you're
I don't
trying
know.
to get.
I don't know. I like the enthusiasm, but I feel like it might be like if you've ever heard of the Beyblade card game, that was a thing at one point.
I think I've seen it, but I've
Yeah,
never
people-
seen how it plays, but I think I've seen the actual game.
Yeah, people are saying why would you play a card game about tops that spin? You know what I mean?
I mean, you can make a game about anything, and if it's fun, I'm
I
gonna
know.
play it. I just
know.
I like collecting cards in card games, so if the game is fun, I'm just gonna play it.
I mean, hopefully it's fun. I don't know. Like I said, I wanted to know more. Like, but I don't know what kind of info he's giving out about that, other than just he showed off some cards.
I mean, in the
Doesn't
case
get
of
on too much too. So
See, also I kind of also thought about creating a card game. I wasn't too sure about that yet.
about what?
About making a card game. I wasn't too sure about making one yet, though.
I don't know. I think if you got some, even if it's simple as fuck, if you've got the proper mechanics going down, the game's just gonna be fun and people are gonna
Yeah.
enjoy playing it.
See, I think I'm already making the game, so like I have to like figure out. I was gonna like have my priorities set before I do anything else.
I don't know. I think a Jet Set Radio game, even if Jet Set Radio doesn't have too many characters to make a decent game with a lot of cards.
I don't know. It'd be kind of, I don't know. He should go for like a not like a TCG, but like a self-contained game.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking about. Maybe a TCG wouldn't make sense. In fact,
Yeah.
the obviously since it was made by kids, the Cold Lyoko card game I mentioned before wasn't
Yeah.
a TCG. It was just a deck of cards and we split them randomly.
Yeah.
Like we shuffled them and we each got half of them, and whoever got the overpowered characters or the higher rolls on the die
Yeah.
won. But I don't know. I think for like a 60 card deck, it would make for a decent card game that's not like a TCG. I think it could be
Yeah.
fun. If you get like character cards, action cards, maybe you're trying to get as many graffiti as possible, like graffiti cards.
Mm.
It could be. I think if it's simple enough, it could be fun because people tend to overcomplicate a lot of things, and if they are overcomplicated, they stop being fun at some point.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Like Yu-Gi-Oh now.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
New summoning condition.
I used to like Yu-Gi-Oh, but as you said, it got too complicated for me because they are always trying to add new kinds of cards and new kinds of quirky game stuff. It's not like Magic the Gathering, which is more or less
Summoning conditions are 10.
what?
Oh, she? Hello?
I think
Yeah.
you got. I think I didn't hear you for a second there. I don't know. As I said, MTG has always been kind of the same thing, even if they add some things. But Yu-Gi-Oh is always trying to add new things that change too much of the game. That's why I don't like it really. Card games. That's also. Should we add that to the pointless list of topics to some future podcast?
Yeah. That could work.
I mean, if we've been talking about Spider-Man and Spider-Porn for maybe, I don't know, too long for a Jet Set Radio podcast, I think we can talk about anything, even waifus.
Yeah. Don't get me started.
Let's
Get
talk
me started, boy.
let's talk about waifus and how Cube is the worst one.
Yeah, you have to basically make fan art to even make Cube presentable. And you
Oh. What?
Get the fuck back here.
Listen here, you little shit.
See, you little shit.
Listen here, you little shit.
It's $15, little man. Put that shit in
She's
my
got
hand.
that. She's got. Okay, she's
Yeah.
got. That's what makes her better.
Okay.
Money match me on Melee, motherfucker.
What the fuck did I just do?
No. You actually know how to wave dash. I don't.
Are you assuming that I know how to wave
You
dash?
actually know how to wave dash and everything.
Wait, dash.
I'm just a
You have to
poser.
know.
I'm just a poser, man. I just have the meme tattooed on my arm, and that's it. You're assuming I know
You
how
have
to
know
wave
how
dash.
to- Okay, anyone who plays Melee for fun has to know wave dashing. Well,
I mean, I have wave dashed, but I don't know how to do it consistently and in game, so it doesn't count. I don't really know how to wave dash. I know the theory, but I don't have the practice. Does
well,
that does that make you feel
did
safe?
it once. No. You also
No?
mentioned chain grabs. That's also a bad thing.
Yeah, but I have a small handicap, and that handicap is called I play with a chainsaw. I mean, if you wanna money match me on something else, like I don't know, Smash 4.
no.
No, even worse, Brawl.
Yeah. We go. Who's the worst character in Brawl?
We go like in 500 ping on Nintendo Network in Brawl.
Who's the worst character in Brawl? I forgot.
In Brawl, I can't remember actually. I know
Alright,
Meta Knight. I know Meta Knight is busted.
I know Snake is in second place. Just because he's super fast for a heavyweight.
Yeah, I remember I liked Snake just because I'm a Metal Gear fan, and he actually
Yeah.
turned out to be really good.
Yeah, he's so fun to play. I was very disappointed to see he wasn't gonna make it
Super
in Smash
Super
4.
Smash Bros. Brawl. The worst characters are Mario, Samus, Bowser, Captain Falcon, Link, Jigglypuff, Zelda, and Ganondorf.
We'll go Jigglypuff.
Funny enough, Jigglypuff is also the worst character in Smash 4.
Yeah. But still, everyone plays Jigglypuff for rest.
That's in Melee, because in any other game, rest is basically useless. Even in Smash 4, rest is the only kill move that Jigglypuff really has, and it doesn't kill.
Well, you know, you don't know what you can do, really. It's just, eh. You know?
I don't know. I'm all about that Little Mac. I play Little Mac. I swear to God,
Same, bruh.
I swear to God, I'm not a noob.
I like playing Lil Mac a lot.
I have an original copy of Punch Out.
Not a fake fan, real fan.
I can beat Punch Out without losing a single match,
Well,
and
I
that also includes
I-
Mike Tyson.
I never played freaking Punch Out.
I can beat in the entire Punch Out game, including Mike Tyson, which is considered one of the hardest bosses in video game history, in one sitting.
Yeah.
Money match
Yeah,
me on
'cause-
Punch Out.
What was the real reason why Mike Tyson was hard? Because he just hits too hard, was it?
Because in the first minute and a half of the round, he can one shot you.
Yeah. There we go.
Every punch he throws in the first 1 minute and a half, if it touches you, you're dead.
Okay.
Well, then
You're supposed
it-
to drag the fight out a bit, then you can go actually hurt him.
no, you can hurt him. You just have to be more careful at the start.
Yeah.
And
but
and
the
then
fact, like,
then
where
it
you
gets
can
then
kill
it gets slightly easier. I mean, you're supposed to not get hit, so you don't care if you're dodging like punches at the beginning of the fight or at the end. You just don't get hit.
Yeah. So don't get hit.
And same as with Jet Set Radio, I'm the biggest Punch Out fan, but I never played the sequels.
Mm-hmm. Well, man, we should really get the talk about this already in the next one. But yeah, this
Yeah.
is still fun. This is still fun to talk about.
I mean, this has been a really fun chat, but man, we should do actually a Jet Set Radio podcast next time.
Yeah, should I list out the shit that we should talk about on the next one?
Yeah, and it should be just waifus.
No, yeah,
No,
we
no,
actually
no.
gotta talk about at least the OG one.
Yeah, we should talk actually. I mean, we have briefly talked about some things about the original game and compared it to the other versions. But I don't know. We should make an entire podcast dedicated to it.
Yeah.
And maybe, I don't know, if we are lucky, maybe we could get someone else in here.
I hope we can get like Vidal and Slack, because they're good people.
Yeah,
they're
they-
very interesting to talk to.
They were doing some sort of rap battle the last time I was on the chat.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
Worst thing about that is you're going into the chat and you say like, hey, what's up? And you see people throwing shit at each other. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, let's chat. You know, you've been gone for a while. You forgot how the shit posting works.
I don't know. I mean, I don't want to get this too crowded, but I definitely would like to get more people and stay more on topic.
Yeah, that's why I said like just get Vidal and Slack.
I mean,
They're
I just
good
do
enough
these
to
I
have,
just do these podcasts for fun because I don't have I have like -1 subscriber.
You got 10.
10.
Yeah.
Oh shit,
10 subscriber special.
man, that's 2 digits.
Yep.
Hold up, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check my latest video just to see how it did. Because I actually put a lot of care into that video, and hey, it's not bad. 55 views.
Views. No, but legit. We just actually talk about Jetsu Radio on the next one.
Yeah.
And just tweet it out to Kay, see what people think. Then you get like at least 10 to 20 more subscribers, I guess. Just for tweeting out to Kay.
I don't know. Maybe I think we should start wrapping this thing up because it's already too late.
Yeah, go wrap it up. I'll just list up the things and send them to you on Facebook so we can make the next podcast actually
Nice.
Jetsu Radio.
I'll try to go this week. What the fuck is going on?
What
Stop
is
wrecking
going
your
on?
house.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Stop wrecking your house, man.
Me? Oh, sorry about the noise.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I mean, the noise is a bit disruptive, but I don't really care. Well, as I was saying, I'll try to get more on the chat on the website and maybe try to get some more people on the bandwagon. And maybe do like a real Jetsu Radio podcast next time.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe this thing will get me like 2 subscribers.
Probably.
Oh, let's hope.
Let's hope this thing gets me to YouTube fame.
Probably won't.
I actually
Ad revenue.
I actually have over 100 subs in my original channel, just because I made a viral video. I took a viral video that was going around Spain, and I made it into a John Cena meme, and that thing got hundreds of thousands of views, and I actually got money from that, and that's why I got 100 subscribers and no one watches my videos. Because they subscribe because of a meme, not because they liked my actual videos.
Mm.
Well, anyway, I guess that's it for today. I don't know when I'm gonna edit and upload this. We are already recording it 2 days later, instead of the actual Monday.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Since I usually switch it up and I make one in Spanish, one in English, one in Spanish, one in English. Next week I'll make one in Spanish with my friends, and I guess we can talk for not next Monday, but the one before that one, after that one. Fuck, I'm getting brain dead. 2 weeks from now, Monday, we should talk about making a real. We should talk about making a real Jetsu Radio podcast.
Alright, in the meantime, I'll just list up some stuff that we can actually talk, and I'll see if we can get Dell in Slack.
Yeah, whoever wants to get in. I mean, even if we got DJ Professor K. What what's his name? Billy Brown.
Yeah.
Can
Oh,
we get Billy Brown?
That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
Let's get
That
Billy
would be
Brown.
that would be the shit.
Billy Brown
Well,
for
Jet-
podcast.
Jetsu Radio podcast with Billy Brown, Hideki Naganuma, and Hitomi Tanaka,
Yeah, let's
Tell me
go.
tonight.
and also a loser.
Yep.
Well, I guess that's it. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Actually, don't do it because this was terrible. And please give me money. I have a family to feed. I have
You don't.
children. Please think of the children.
You got your pops, not your children.
Well, I guess see you in 2 weeks if everything goes well.
Yeah.